Amid rising tensions, the United States and Iran are signaling a possible return to talks later this week. The renewed diplomatic push comes as Washington enforces a naval blockade in the Strait of Hormuz, raising the stakes for a potential deal. Park Kun-woo with the latest.
The U.S. and Iran could return to the negotiating table later this week, after their first round of talks ended over the weekend without a breakthrough. According to Reuters on Tuesday, multiple sources say the two sides may resume negotiations in the Pakistani capital, Islamabad, where the initial talks were held. While an exact date has not been set, an Iranian official said they are keeping their schedules open between the 17th and 19th, while a U.S. official told AP that talks could take place as early as the 16th. Pakistani officials who are mediating between the two sides say they are in contact with both governments and that another round of talks is likely to take place over the weekend. One of the key sticking points is expected to be Iran's uranium enrichment, as U.S. President Donald Trump mentioned on Monday.
Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. And we agreed to a lot of things, but they didn't agree to that. And I think they will agree to it. I'm almost sure of it. In fact, I am sure of it. If they don't agree, there's no deal. There'll never be a deal.
According to the Wall Street Journal, Washington has proposed a framework of up to 20 years, while the New York Times reports that Tehran has put forward a counterproposal with a shorter timeline of around 5 years. The report adds that the U.S. is also offering possible sanctions relief in return, marking a shift from its previous demand for a complete halt to enrichment. The developments come as the U.S. has begun enforcing a blockade on Iranian ports in the Strait of Hormuz since Monday morning U.S. Eastern Time, deploying 15 naval vessels. Trump has warned that any Iranian ships approaching the area could face immediate action. China criticized the move on Tuesday, calling it a dangerous and irresponsible action that could further escalate tensions. Foreign ministers from Southeast Asian countries have also urged the U.S. and Iran in a joint statement to resume peace talks and ensure the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. With the temporary pause in hostilities between the U.S. and Iran set to expire next week, attention is now on whether the upcoming talks can lead to the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz and a more lasting agreement. Park Kun-woo, Arirang News.